Chalet, straight out of the signal band, and you're locked on to DBS Radio, the nation station. Shock them!
Like water flowing from the mountaintop, this is the sound of DBS.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning, eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: electoral reform becomes a reality in Dominica today as 3 electoral reform bills are to be debated in Parliament. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the House of Assembly Elections Act, Registration of Electors Act, and the Electoral Commissions Act will effect positive changes to the manner in which elections are conducted in Dominica. However, the acting police chief, Davidson Valerie, has said any protest action staged outside Parliament today will be illegal. Other news this morning: the former DBS Song Contest winner, Kasim Birmingham, took a major step forward towards winning the Canada Got Talent competition last night. And other news from the region: just one day after being sworn into office, Prime Minister Stuart Young has moved to dissolve Parliament, paving the way for elections as he seeks his own mandate from the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Details of the morning news right after this.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and C added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and a side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction Evaporated Milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., Petro Caribe, and HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story this morning. Electoral reform is becoming a reality in Dominica today as 3 electoral reform bills are to be debated in Parliament. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the House of Assembly Elections Act, Registration of Electors Act, and the Electoral Commissions Act will effect positive changes to the manner in which elections are conducted in Dominica.
In respect to electoral reform, I am very proud and happy to say that this week, Wednesday, the 19th of March, we are moving forward with a long-awaited electoral reform legislation. This is a significant moment for our democracy, one has been years in the making. The Registration of Electors Bill, the House of Assembly Elections Bill, and the Electoral Commission Bill will modernize our electoral process, bringing it in line with the highest democratic standards and international best practice. These bills will introduce secure voter ID cards, mandatory voter confirmation to maintain a clean and transparent voter register, equal access to state media for all political parties. The government has consulted extensively a wide range of civil society groups, organizations, and individuals, as well as the Organization of American States, the Commonwealth, the CARICOM, and the OECS have been part of this process. We welcome robust debate on these bills, but we are not prepared to entertain baseless distractions. The reality is simple. This government has been transparent, accountable, and committed to ensuring we continue to enjoy free and fair elections in Dominica. So we look forward to taking these bills to Parliament on Wednesday for the second and third readings, and finally passing the legislation required to effect electoral reform and modernization in Dominica.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Mr. Skerrit says comments from opposition forces were considered in formulating the bills.
We gave up as a government the opportunity for the Electoral Commission to go to major capitals where Dominicans are resident and countries where Dominicans are resident to avail themselves of the confirmation process. We decided, let's bring them to Dominica. So for you to confirm, everybody must come to Dominica. We always maintain that we should have a national ID card that could be used for many other purposes. And if you have a national ID card that you can use to travel within the OECS, that you can use at the banks and you can use in different areas in the country, as opposed to having a voter ID card that you essentially use only every 5 years. And we decided, okay, well, to allow the process to go forward, let us go with the voter ID card. And we decided to go to the voter ID card. And so we have done these things. And there are many other things that we have given up in the process that we believe were fundamental. But there are some things that we believe that should not be negotiated because we have a duty and obligation to protect the franchise and the right of people to vote in Dominica. And we should not put things in the way of people to exercise their franchise and their right to freely do so.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Meanwhile, the Electoral Reform Coalition says it will stage peaceful protest action to show its disapproval over the 3 electoral reform bills expected to be passed in the House of Assembly. Johnson Boston of the Electoral Reform Coalition made this statement on Tuesday.
The Electoral Reform Coalition, ERC, wishes to reassure all citizens, business owners and members of civil society that the planned peaceful assembly and protests outside the Parliament on Wednesday, March 19, 2025, will be conducted in a responsible and orderly manner. This protest is a direct expression of the people's deep concerns and dissatisfaction with the proposed bills on electoral reform that are set to be tabled and enacted into law. As a democratic society, it is our fundamental right to voice our opinions and demand transparency, fairness, and accountability in our electoral system. We stand united in our commitment to advocating for genuine electoral reform that reflects the will of the people and safeguard our democracy. We recognize the importance of maintaining public order and the need to ensure that our message is delivered peacefully and responsibly. The ERC has taken all necessary steps to conduct and ensure that this assembly remains free of violence and disorder.
Johnson Boston of the Electoral Reform Coalition. However, Acting Police Chief Davidson Valerie says any protest action staged outside Parliament is illegal, as the organizers have not asked for permission to hold the event.
The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force advises that the Electoral Reform Coalition, ERC, officials of the United Workers' Party, among other organizers, have been planning a protest action on High Street in the vicinity of the House of Assembly on Wednesday, March 19, 2025. I wish to inform that no permission has been sought from the Chief of Police. Neither has there been any permission granted by the Chief of Police for any protest action. Therefore, any protest action in Dominica on Wednesday, March 19, 2025 is unlawful. Section 3 of the Public Order Act, Chapter 1501 of the Laws of Dominica of 2017 states, and I quote, "It shall be unlawful for any public procession to take place unless a permit has been issued in respect thereof in accordance with the Act." The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is advising the general public to desist from participating in any unlawful or illegal protest action in Dominica on Wednesday, March 19, 2025. The leadership of the Electoral Reform Coalition, officials of the United Workers' Party, other organizers and participants of this illegal or unlawful protest action will be held criminally liable for any public disorder that may arise from this illegal protest action.
And that's the acting police chief, Davidson Valerie. And let's remind you, all traffic arrangements have been put in place around the Parliament and other areas. If you are driving from the Newton area and you're heading into Roseau, you will see certain traffic arrangements. And we expect, as we said, the drivers, motorists, and the public to be informed and to be aware as to what is going on around these areas. The 2025 Inter-Secondary School Debating Competition has reached the semi-final stage. The 4 schools which will take part in the semi-finals are Orion Academy, the Portsmouth Secondary School, Dominica Grammar School, and Pierre Charles Secondary School.
On Wednesday, March 19th, the Inter-Secondary Schools Debating Competition 2025 installment is going to come to a head at the semi-finals. There'll be 2 debates on that date. The first one being between the Orion Academy and the Portsmouth Secondary School. And these 2 schools will be aiming for a spot in the finals. Their topic will be Dominica's judicial system requires significant reform to ensure equal access to justice. So the Orion Academy is looking for a spot, trying to beat out the Portsmouth Secondary School in that first debate at 12 noon. The next debate in the semifinals is between the Dominica Grammar School and the Pierre Charles Secondary School. That debate will be at 2 p.m. And the topic these schools will be debating is AI-driven platforms should be heavily regulated to protect young people's cognitive ability, creativity, and privacy. So debate on AI, the Dominica Grammar School proposing, the Pierre Charles Secondary School opposing. That moot 2 p.m. Both these semi-final debates will be at the UE Global Campus Auditorium. These semi-final debates will determine who the finalists will be, moving on to the finals on April the 16th.
And that's the organizer of the Inter-Secondary Schools Debating Competition 2025, Trudy Christian. And the former DBS Song Contest winner, Kasim Birmingham, took a major step towards winning the Canada Got Talent competition last night. Birmingham, who hails from the community of Soufriere, stunned the audience and judges with his performance on his way to securing the Golden Buzzer and a spot in the grand final. The winner of the Canada Got Talent will receive $1 million. Kasim Birmingham, the Dominican, competing in the Canada Got Talent last night, and certainly heard the applause from the audience. He has taken a major step towards winning that competition. He secured the golden buzzer and a spot in the final. Should he win the competition, he will receive $1 million. Let's wish him well in that contest in Canada. Finally, this morning, just one day after being sworn into office, Prime Minister Stuart Young has moved to dissolve Parliament, paving the way for general elections as he seeks his own mandate from the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens will go to the polls on Monday, the 28th of April. In a brief statement issued by the Office of the Prime Minister Tuesday, Young announced that he would advise the President to dissolve Parliament effective midnight on March 18 in accordance with the Section 68 of the Constitution. Nomination Day is set for Friday, the 4th of April. That's how we'll end the DBS Morning News. Let's take a look at the headlines again. Electoral reform is becoming a reality in Dominica today as 3 electoral reform bills are to be debated in the Parliament from 10 o'clock. Acting Police Chief Davidson Valerie says any protest action staged outside Parliament is illegal as the organizers have not asked for permission to hold the event. Just one day after being sworn into office, Prime Minister Stuart Young has moved to dissolve Parliament, paving the way for general elections as he seeks his own mandate from the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And the former DBS Song Contest winner, Kasim Birmingham, took a major step towards winning the Canada Got Talent competition last night. Birmingham, who hails from the community of Soufriere, stunned the audience and judges with his performance on his way to securing the golden buzzer and a spot in the grand finals. The sports report comes up shortly.
The range of King juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. King offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of King's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Keen, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Get ready. The DBS Radio National Reading Competition is on.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
For over 47 years, the National Bank of Dominica Limited has been a cornerstone of our nation's development, standing by our customers at every step. Together, we are shaping a brighter future. We recognize that every journey is different, and we are dedicated to nurturing meaningful relationships. We are here to understand your needs and support your goals. Our personalized services are designed to provide the peace of mind you deserve wherever life takes you. Trust us to be there when it counts. With NBD, you have a partner invested in your success today, tomorrow, and always.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with football news. The Dominica Football Association President Glenn Etienne is looking forward to another exciting season as the 2025 Premier League kicks off this weekend. Etienne is hoping that some new incentives will encourage the clubs. The 2025 season will open with Volleyball United taking on Petro Caribe Point Michel on Friday. That game kicks off at 6:30 p.m. at the DFA Technical Center.
Well, yeah, the Premier League is due to start on the 21st. We had a meeting with the clubs, which went on well. There's some new prize monies that the clubs is going to benefit from. There are some changes to the league in the sense that we are going to have the Division 1 and the Premier in a President Cup by themselves, and then to end it with a Championship Cup where the top 4 teams from Division 1 and the top 4 teams from the Premier are going to come together and end the league with a Championship Cup.
Okay, you noticed, or you said increasing prize money. How much are we looking at?
Well, I know we gave each club $5,000 at the last year. This time around, we are going to give them additional $1,500. So each club is going to walk away with $6,500. Plus, if they have additional team, they will get some additional monies. That is going to benefit the club. What we structured for the men, that every club in the Premier League will walk away with some prize monies from the top to the 10th position. We will do that same thing to the women's league also. What we're going to give also to the club is some of the clubs, or most of the clubs, have some transportation expenses. So every club, we are going to give them pay back 25% of their transportation expenses back to them. So the clubs coming from further afield not will benefit more, but they would have more transportation expenses, so they will walk away with more money than the teams traveling closer. Well, we just want the clubs to get themselves prepared for the start of the league. I mean, we have a late start this year, but nevertheless, we're expecting to have a high standard of football.
And that's the DFA president, Glenn Etienne. Some volleyball news. Head coach of the Dominica State College volleyball teams, Clevon Vidal, is backing his teams to retain their sports division under 20 schools volleyball titles. The Dominica State College will be looking to make it back-to-back titles when they meet the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School in the girls and boys finals today. Vidal says the team has really matured during the course of the season.
Let me start by saying congratulations to the ITSS teams, boys and girls, in reaching the finals of the Sports Division Volleyball Championships. As you know, Dominica State College is the defending champions in both the boys and girls category. And we have been working hard to make sure we get to the finals and retain these championships. We're not going to go into the game complacent. As you know, complacency is the mecca of all failures, and being complacent denied us 2 finalist positions in both the under 20 girls netball and the under 20 boys cricket. So that's something we're really guarding against going into these finals tomorrow. As you know, there's a lot of sports division competitions going on right now where I'm the only coach at the Dominica State College. And the volleyballers at the Dominica State College have shown a lot of responsibility, hosting trainings on their own and communicating with each other to ensure that everybody is ready for the game tomorrow. And hopefully when that whistle blows, we could retain both championships at the end of it. So right now we're calling on all the Dominica State College students to come support us tomorrow and make sure you're there to witness this competition between the Dominica State College and the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School.
So that all-important game is today. Meanwhile, Isaiah Thomas Secondary School Sports Public Relations Officer Kellyanne Stedman feels her school has what it takes to unseat the defending champions.
We first want to thank God for bringing us this far and allowing us the chance to be contenders for the championship. Our preparation towards the finals began months ago. At Isaiah Thomas Secondary, we are dedicated to sports and have a very strong culture connected to volleyball. Therefore, training was essential to our preparation. Our players have been training for months and have shown great commitment. Our keys to victory for our girls team has to do with confidence. Our girls are well prepared, so once they have the confidence to put up a good fight, then anything is possible. For our boys, they have the ability and skill, and we play in a system where all members contribute equally. So once they stick to the game plan, the outcome can be good. Our chances are as good as the SC. However, we want to give our best to be satisfied with the outcome.
And that's the Sports Public Relations Officer at the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, Kellyanne Stedman. The ITSS girls will meet the Dominica State College girls at 3:30 at Windsor Park today, while the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School boys will play the Dominica State College at 4:30 today. Some more football news. St. John's Primary School and Newtown Primary, they're through to the intermediate round of the National Bank of Dominica Sports Division Primary Schools Division 1 football competition. Both schools advanced following wins in the playoffs yesterday at Newtown Savannah. St. John's Primary defeated Roseau Primary 8-1. Ishmael St. John scored 7 goals and Zidan Cornelius scored the other goal. Kevin Branca scored the lone goal for Roseau Primary School. In the other playoff match, Newtown Primary School got the better of Massac Primary by 4-2. Ethan Tuse scored a hat-trick for Newtown Primary and Justice Edwards got 1. Dylan Geese scored both goals for Massac Primary School. Meanwhile, quarterfinals in the development division will get underway this afternoon. The Monjon Primary will take on Concord Primary and Granford Primary will play Berrien Academy. The quarterfinals will start at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Cassibros playing field. Some more cricket news. Alec Athanaze is among 7 players named by the Windward Island Infernos to feature in next month's West Indies Breakout T20 League. Alec Athanaze has played 40 T20 international matches for the West Indies with a high score of 40. He has also featured for the Barbados Royals in the Caribbean Premier League. As per tournament regulations, each franchise is allowed to protect 7 cricketers with a maximum of 3 players aged between 27 and 29. The remaining 7 players per squad will be selected during the draft and they must be 26 years old or younger. The Windward Islands team, they've also selected the leg spinner Daryl Cyrus, all-rounders Sadrak Descat, Shama Springer and Dylan Douglas, and top order batsmen Teddy Bishop and Akeem Ogis. The 2025 West Indies Breakout League will take place from April 25th to the 10th of May, featuring 17 matches, all hosted at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad. The Windward Islands head coach Kenroy Peters says the players need to do some reflection and look to come back stronger in the final 2 matches of the Regional 4-day tournament. The Windward Islands, who finished second in the last 2 editions, are sitting in 6th place as the tournament takes a break until April. Peters says the players need to start to believe in their abilities.
It starts with self. It starts with players actually looking at their performances and actually seeing what contribution they have made. And during the break, to spend time on themselves and look at where they can be better. And then as a management group, that's where we look at who actually had grabbed the opportunity to do some self-reflecting and work on the game. And then we can take it from there.
And that's the Windward Islands head coach Kenroy Peters. Meantime, taking a look at the point standings as the tournament takes a break until April 2nd. Guyana tops the table with 102.6 points. Trinidad has 101 points. The Leeward Islands 79.6. Barbados 78. Jamaica sits in 5th place on 59.8 points. The Windwards are on 6th position on 45.6 points, and the Combined Campuses and Colleges CCC has 26.6 points. The West Indies Academy has 25 points. Trinidad's Jason Mohammed remains the leading run scorer with 519 runs. Barbados's Jonathan Driggs has 416 and Jamaica's John Campbell 402. The Leewards, Joel Andrew 390 and the keeper Joshua De Silva 379. Trinidad's Carrie Pierre leads the bowling department with 31 wickets. Guyana's Verasamy Permaul has 26. Jomel Wawikan and Joshua Bishop 21 wickets each. And Ronaldo Ali Mohammed of Guyana has 20 wickets. Well, it's gone past 7:30 in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. That's how we'll end DBS Morning News and Sports. Let's remind you, 10 o'clock this morning, we go to Parliament for a very important sitting. DBS will bring that to you live on all its frequency. You don't want to miss Parliament in Dominica this morning at 10 o'clock. That's news and sports. More news at 1:15.
For over 47 years, the National Bank of Dominica Limited has been a cornerstone of our nation's development, standing by our customers at every step. Together, we are shaping a brighter future. We recognize that every journey is different, and we are dedicated to nurturing meaningful relationships. We are here to understand your needs and support your goals. Our personalized services are designed to provide the peace of mind you deserve wherever life takes you. Trust us to be there when it counts. With NBD, you have a partner invested in your success today, tomorrow, and always.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Get ready. The DBS Radio National Reading Competition is on.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS.